Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Ask Matt Lloyd. So today's question comes from a guy called Paul Milburn, and Paul has asked, can you offer some strategies to get myself motivated to get serious about my business? I can't seem to pull myself away from my other responsibilities. I wanted to answer this question because for someone who's making the shift from employee to entrepreneur, this is something I often hear. And when I hear it, it tells me that this person is not yet fully understanding the path that they're about to go on or go down as an entrepreneur. Okay, so let me first start by saying that as an entrepreneur, I understand the temptation to want to put accountability and motivation in someone else's hands and to say, well, look, I need to join this accountability program, or I need an accountability partner. I need someone to keep me accountable so I get the right things done in my business and I'm actually getting things done. And the truth is that if you're going to be a business owner, that's all on your shoulders. Okay, that is all down to you. You cannot put that in someone else's hands because that's you passing the responsibility for your own business onto someone else, something external. And I understand the temptation to do that. I know that I did it myself when I started. Okay, I did that quite often. But about 2 years into this, I reached a turning point where I said, and you've probably heard this before, he said, if it's going to be, it's up to me. Okay, if I'm going to make this business a success, I have to do it. It's not up to anyone else to keep me accountable or motivate me or keep me on track. I have to do that myself. It's my business and I take full responsibility for it. When you take complete and utter full responsibility for your business, that's when you will have the big shift. Okay, that's the turning point. But until you do that, then your business is really in someone else's hands, and that's not a good thing. Okay, so as far as keeping yourself motivated to actually do your business, really comes down to why are you doing this in the first place? Okay, really think about why am I doing this? Am I doing this for my family? Do I want to be able to spend more time at home with my kids, watch them grow up? Am I doing it because it's more about the money and maybe I'm in a lot of debt? Okay, I'm in a lot of debt. I want to get out of debt. A job is not going to get me out of debt, so I go and start a business because it has a much higher, cash generating ability and say a job. So am I doing it for that? Hopefully it's a little bit more than just that, getting out of debt, because that's not a very motivating goal. Okay, so for me, myself, I guess the reason why I do this, it always came back to freedom. Okay, freedom over how I spent my time, freedom to only have to answer to myself, freedom to when I work, okay, and how much I work. Now, I work a lot harder in my own business than I ever would in a job working for someone else, but the distinction is I get the say in that. Okay, I decide when I work, and working long hours for me, that's a choice. Okay, that's not someone else telling me that I have to do that. So it was also freedom to travel. I wanted to be able to travel around the world. I wanted to be able to, go to a restaurant and not have to just constantly worry about prices and little things like that. I didn't want to have that in my life. Okay, I wanted to have complete freedom where I knew that I had enough money in the bank that even if I stopped working for a month or a year, I'm fine. Okay, I'm covered and I don't need to have any money worries. So that was really what motivated me. And also I grew up in a family where we didn't have a lot of money, and I constantly heard about the financial struggle that we were in. I constantly heard that, and I just decided that I didn't want to spend my entire adult years experiencing that, because it was just stress in my life that I didn't really want to have. Okay, so that's really what motivated me, and I'm fortunate enough these days to now have achieved that, okay, where I don't have to worry about money. So that's what it was for me. What is it for you? Okay, like I said before, are you doing this for your family? Are you doing this because you want to be able to travel more? You're not satisfied with what you have in your job. You think you're capable of more. Find out what that big reason why is for you, okay? And I recommend you write it down so it's more concrete and you have it in front of you, and then refer back to that constantly so you're reminding yourself, here's why I'm actually doing this. Now, the second part of the question, you commented, I can't seem to pull myself away from other responsibilities. This to me, I also hear this pretty often. People say, well, Matt, I know I should be doing those things. I know that I should be building my list. I know that I should be emailing my list. I know I should be doing a lot more selling. I know I should be promoting more. But I just get busy. Like I had a client once, someone who paid me a decent amount of money, and we're working one-on-one. And every week we would actually get on a call, and this lady, her biggest enemy was herself, and she could not see it, but I could see it very clearly and very easily. So this lady would find every excuse imaginable as to why she couldn't do the important things in a business. So after our call, I would tell her what she needed to do for the next week. Okay, I'd say, here's your homework. I want you to go and accomplish these 3 major things. And then no doubt we'd get on the call a week later and she wouldn't have done any of them. And I would always ask, why not? Okay, why didn't you get these things done? Okay, it might have taken you about an hour a day. Why couldn't you get it done? And I would hear excuses like, well, I had to clean my house. I had to do the vacuuming and that took hours. I had to go and do some shopping and buy some new clothes. And then I would challenge her on this. I would say, well, did you really have to clean your house? Why couldn't you have someone else do that? And of course she'd have the excuse, well, I don't have any money for that, and so on. Or if I asked her, why did you have to go and buy some clothes? She'd say, well, I need to look good in my job. I have to present this image. But it was quite entertaining for me because she was so clearly coming up with excuses as to why she couldn't do the important things that would actually get her out of the situation that she was stuck in and that she didn't like, and she couldn't see it. And what I realized was that she was, like a lot of us, a lot of entrepreneurs, almost scared of success. See, a lot of us get stuck in a comfort zone, okay? And even if we don't like that comfort zone, even if we don't like our current circumstances, the amount of money we have in our bank account, the hours that we have to work, it's familiar and it's comfortable. So drifting outside of that, becoming an entrepreneur and actually having a chance of having a life where you don't always have to worry about those things, we know that we want that, but at the same time, it's also uncomfortable because it's unfamiliar territory. So subconsciously, we find reasons why we shouldn't take the actions that will actually get us to that new place. Okay, and it's happening like really unconsciously. Like I said, this lady would defend her position as to why she couldn't do the important things, and she couldn't see it herself that she was doing that, but I clearly could. So we all do that to some extent, and you just really have to get clear on why don't I like my current circumstance, okay? What do I really not like about it? What do I really want from this new place that I'm headed, that my business will actually help me get to? And you just have to keep on referring back to that throughout your day, okay? So write down, why am I doing this? What are the consequences if I don't make a change? And then focus on this new life that you're trying to create for yourself, where you don't have to worry about money, where you can travel, where you can go to nice restaurants, not have to worry about the bill, those kind of things, and just constantly put that at the forefront of your mind, and that should help you actually get the important things done. And final little tip, schedule time to work on your business. Ideally do it first thing in your day, okay? So wake up an hour earlier and just put aside an hour and just say to yourself, this is when I actually work on the business. And if you do that, then reward yourself. If you don't do it, there's got to be some consequences in place. But make it a part of your day because it's your business. It's too important to ignore. Okay? Hopefully that helps somewhat, and I'll see you in the next episode.